We are going to begin with chapter 1 of geography, that is resource and development. The contents of this chapter are meaning of resource, classification of resources, development of resources, resource planning in India, land use pattern in India, land degradation and conservation, soil as a resource. Now, coming to the meaning of resource. Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as a resource. Now, let us ponder on this definition. What does it say? Anything which can satisfy our needs. Important thing to note down here is that whatever resource we are using today, these substances were present from previous ages. But because these substances could not be transformed into something meaningful, they could not be termed as resource. But in today's world, the same substances are satisfying our needs. They are beneficial for mankind, and therefore they can be termed as resource for mankind. Now, coming to the second aspect of the definition, technologically accessible. Anything can be useful, anything can be utilized only when technology is available to transform that substance into something meaningful. Unless and until we do not have a technology, we cannot develop a substance into something meaningful. Now, what is economically feasible? Economically feasible can be interpreted in two manners. One is the resource should be affordable by the people. It means the people must have purchasing power to buy that resource. In case man is unable to buy that resource, it will not be consumed, and when it will not be consumed, it is not going to satisfy the needs of people. Then how can it become a resource? Secondly, under economically feasible, next thing that comes is it should be profitable for the manufacturer also. Any manufacturer, if is not gaining profit out of that resource, naturally he is going to stop the production. Next aspect, culturally acceptable. Now, what is culturally acceptable? The resource generated, the resource manufactured should be acceptable by the group of society, by the people. Once society does not accept that as a resource, or it does not permit the utilization of that particular substance or thing, then how it can be a resource for the mankind. So it is very essential that resource should be culturally acceptable. Now, coming to the relationship between nature, technology and institution. As it is clearly visible in the diagram, man has been kept in the center of the figure. It means man has a very important role to play in the entire process of exploiting the nature. It is man who will develop the institutions and gain knowledge in the institutions. With the help of the knowledge, he is going to develop new technology each and every day. As the level of technology increases, so the use of different physical components available in the nature will also increase. This is what has been explained in this figure. Man gains knowledge in the institutions, he develops technology, and then with the help of this technology, he interacts with the natural environment. Hence, man has a very important role to play in the development of economy. Now, if we come to the broad classification of the resources can be classified into natural and human. Natural resources, quite obvious, are the resources which are available freely in the nature. These natural resources can be classified into two types: renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resource are the resources which can be renewed or recycled. These renewable resources can be further classified into continuous and biological. All the resources like wind, water, which are flowing continuously, can be termed as continuous resources. Natural vegetation, wildlife, they will fall in the category of biological resource. Coming to the second category, that is human resource. Human resource means the resources which have been developed by man. This include different structures and institutions. Monuments, bridges, roads, buildings, all these fall under the purview of structure and institutions. Quantity and quality of these resources are known. The number of monuments, the number of buildings, the number of highways, the number of bridges, the quantity and quality is known to us. So, broadly we can classify the resource into natural and human. Now, coming to different type of resources which can be classified on the basis of origin, exhaustibility, ownership, status of development. Classification of resource on the basis of origin. Abiotic resource, all non-living components. Rocks, minerals, air, water components are the part of abiotic resource. Biotic resources, which are obtained from biosphere and have life, which means living beings. That is human beings, flora, fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. This is the part of biotic resource. Second classification, on the basis of exhaustibility. Resources which can get exhausted soon and the resources which can be renewed. On the basis of this, it's renewable resource and non-renewable resource. Coming to renewable resources, one which can be renewed or reproduced. They are found in unlimited quantity, abundant quantity, free gifts of nature. We don't have to take permission of anyone in order to obtain these resources. They are pollution free. Example, forests, solar, wind energy, water energy, etc. Non-renewable resources. They take millions of years to be formed. Once utilized, their formation takes lot of time, and if our rate of use is faster than the rate of development, naturally we are going to lose our resource. They are found in limited quantity. They have to be extracted from the nature. Effort has to be made from the man's side to dig out the resources. We have to dig out the minerals. For example, they cause pollution. Examples of non-renewable resources, fossil fuel, minerals, etc.